My name is Sarah Bell and I currently work in the School of Social and Community Medicine. I used to be a primary teacher, but I became quite overwhelmed and concerned with the amount of mental health problems I was seeing in children in primary schools, and I applied to the NIHR to do a PhD trying to explore the association between physical activity and mental health in young people, and I was successfully awarded a fellowship in the summer of 2010. I was delighted. I was off on maternity leave at the time and I was due to start in the January 2011. But unfortunately my personal circumstances dramatically changed. My husband had left and my experience of now being a single parent, and I was dealing with the challenges of that and also going through a very difficult divorce process which lasted the duration of my 5-year part-time PhD. Obviously I didn't have the same capacity at work. I was tired, I wasn't able to process information particularly well, and I was really struggling to meet my deadlines. I was attending my monthly PhD meetings and I was pretending everything was fine and trying to get on with things really. I had shared my personal issues with my friends and family, but I tried to keep work separate. But more and more I was struggling, and soon the girls realised in the office and I did open up to them. It was a massive relief when I was able to share what was going on for me at home, and what was really nice was people could share their own personal experiences and were able to offer advice and just a listening ear when I was working in the office. They encouraged me to speak to the supervisors that I had for my PhD, which I did, and they were amazing, and I really hope that anybody else that was facing challenges during their PhD could speak to their supervisors like I did. And we were also able to discuss suspending my studies for 3 months. I was really anxious about it because I felt like I'd failed and I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to keep cracking on, but I realised that I just couldn't anymore. So I did. I suspended my studies and I had a break from my PhD, and it's the best thing I could have done. I was able to focus on things going on in my personal life and resolve some issues, and got back on track with my PhD in the December and completed it in the February. There were times when I was writing where I just couldn't get up in the morning to write. I was procrastinating and struggling. I just felt like I had a big dark cloud over me at times. It was always there, the PhD was always there, and you always felt guilty doing anything else, reading a normal book, being out with friends. And the advice I would give is I learned to structure time where I said that's the time I'm going to commit to writing some of my PhD, perhaps just on a Saturday morning doing 2 to 3 hours, and then finding that once I got started I actually enjoyed it and I was in a flow state, and carried on writing and was really productive. And other days when energy levels weren't high or I was struggling, just to give myself a break and go out for a walk with the dog who's in the background making all the noise. So my advice would be to speak to people, really rely on friends and family and other PhD students, people in the department, and realise that you're not alone and that everybody struggles, and it's okay to say I'm struggling and ask for help, and it doesn't mean that you failed. Good luck.